Have you ever noticed this pattern in your life? You get obsessed with something, you dive into it with full energy, and then suddenly your interest disappears overnight. And when that happens, a quiet thought shows up in your mind asking, "What's wrong with me?" But here's the twist. That pattern might not be a flaw at all. It might be your brain doing exactly what it was designed to do. Most people grow up believing a simple rule. Pick one thing, stick to it, and you'll win. So when your life starts to look like a collection of abandoned interests, a camera you don't use anymore, a language you half learned, a business idea that never launched, you don't just feel unfocused, you feel unreliable, even to yourself. But what if the real problem isn't your discipline? What if the real problem is the rule you were taught to follow? Because there's a type of mind that doesn't thrive by staying still, it thrives by connecting. Psychologists have noticed something interesting. Some brains aren't optimized for repetition. They're optimized for pattern detection. These minds don't ask, how do I go deeper into the same thing forever? They ask, how does this connect to something else? So when the pattern is learned, the interest fades. Not because you're bored and not because you lack focus, but because the lesson is complete. Think about it like this. Some people are like drills. They go straight down, slow, precise, and deep. Others are like radar systems. They scan wide areas. They notice shifts early. A radar looks useless in a tunnel, but during a storm, it becomes everything. And this is where things start to feel uncomfortable. Imagine two people. One studies finance for 10 straight years. The other studies finance, then psychology, then storytelling, then design. When markets are stable, the specialist usually wins. But when behavior changes, when attention shifts, and when fear starts driving decisions, the second person doesn't just understand money, they understand people. That isn't randomness, that's leverage. So why does this kind of wiring feel so painful? Why does it feel like anxiety instead of strength? Because society measures progress in straight lines, titles, ladders, and timelines, while your brain moves in loops. You explore, you extract insight, and then you move on. From the outside, it looks like quitting. From the inside, it feels like momentum with no visible proof. And that mismatch creates shame. But there's one mistake that turns this gift into burnout: trying to be everything at once. Pattern-driven minds collapse when they multitask identities. You can't build 5 skills at the same time and expect clarity. What actually works is rotation. One focus, one season, one obsession at a time. You're not abandoning paths, you're just parking them. Here's the reframe that changes everything. You're not behind, you're not scattered, you're assembling a map that only makes sense later. Every interest taught you something invisible: how systems behave, how people think, how change feels. And one day those patterns connect. When they do, you'll see solutions other people can't even describe. So stop asking, why can't I stick to one thing, and start asking, what pattern am I collecting now? Because some minds aren't meant to stay in lanes. They're meant to redraw the map.